What's up, fam? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Okay, guys. So we are having Gatorade Zero. Guys, please, whatever you can do. And we're gonna say a prayer right now. Dear God, we pray for all the people who are struggling right now, that are in all this pain, who have no home no more, the towns that have been washed away, the towns that are still flooded with debris and sewage and animals and all that stuff, and all these poor kids with the holidays coming, who are probably out of schools, who knows what's going on. God, I just send your loving hands around them and just comfort them, and all the people that are missing, all these family members that are worried. I just pray for everybody's soul in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, guys. I just saw that hurricane and it super made me sad, because every year, if people don't know this, let me explain to you guys. For people who don't know this that are not from Florida. Oh my God, I look like I have bear paws again. Okay, anyways. If you're not from Florida and you guys don't know this, Florida, okay, because we're so close to the ocean, when there's a thunderstorm or something, I don't know all the details, don't ask me because I'm not a weather person, but these hurricanes will come, right? Every state has their own thing that you watch out for. When I lived in Ohio and I grew up in Ohio, right? Ohio is known for tornadoes. Tornadoes, the worst one was in 1996, I think, and it hit Ohio really bad, leveled everything, right? We moved to Ohio in 1990. Did I say 1996? 1994 that happened. We moved to Ohio in 1995. I was 4 years old. So anyways, we moved right after that. Our farmhouse was actually built because the people who had a house in the town got leveled, and they built our farmhouse with the basement, because most people, you would think you wouldn't be safe in a basement, but most time people are. But anyways, and those can come anytime. Those mostly come during the summer. When you live in Ohio, they come mostly during the summer. The only other thing you have to worry about in Ohio is the bad wind storms and ice storms and snow blizzards. And I'm telling you, it get below zero in Ohio. Kids love it because school gets canceled. Just like you saw in Home Alone 3, when the school got canceled because of how bad it was out there. That is not a lie. That really does happen to people that are up north. I'm not even kidding. There's people right now who live in different places where it snows year round. They don't ever see it nice and warm. I would not want to live there because I'd be cold. But anyways, so Florida, we have a hurricane that hits us every year from June 1st. It's hurricane season to November 1st. That is hurricane season. So in there, you might not get a hurricane June. You might not get one July. You might not get one August. You might not even get one in September. You definitely could get one between August or October and September. You might get one. Or the last week right before November, you might get a really bad one. Last year, the same thing happened. The year before that, the same thing happened. So anyways, this is nothing new to people that live in Florida. If you move to Florida, you got to know about sinkholes, tsunamis, hurricanes, and alligators, and all the other stuff that you're going to know before you buy land or property in Florida. That's what you have to know about, okay? When my parents told me, and my little brother, and the rest of the family, that we were moving to Florida, Orlando, Florida, where my grandparents were, we didn't want to move. I was just turned 15, just got into good school, because the school before that, I told you guys the story when I got kicked out of the school. I just went to a public school. I got out of the Christian school, went to a public school, went to Miamisburg High School, even though and there's one here in Florida too. I went to that school. We were the Bulldogs, and you would think I would have been happy, right? But no, my parents, you would think that I would get to stay there. No, I've never stayed at a school more than 1 year. My whole time I was in school. So anyways, I was very frustrated with that because I didn't get to stay at the school that long. I had friends, everything. I didn't get to stay that long. I was so pissed. And we moved to Florida when I was 15. I got super sad. Super sad. I can't really use certain terms because TikTok or YouTube will take down your video, but just know it got really bad at 15. At 15, my child's age right now, I got very, very, very sad because I had to leave all my friends. We had to move in with my grandparents that were very strict Caribbean parents. They believe in children being seen but not heard. My mom didn't raise us like that, so that was a lot of friction between my mom and my grandma. My dad was always gone, 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 traveling all over the place. So I want to say that first 8 months that we lived with my grandparents, my little brother, I love him to death. He was such a jokester, but at the same time, my grandma was just very like annoying. We would literally get in the car, like we'd come home from school, we'd get in the car on the weekends, right? When we were in school, because my mom worked at the same school my brother worked at. I went to a different school. So I was at I would get home before them. My grandma would make me something to eat. I would watch Little House on the Prairie with my grandpa, and then I would go in my room and watch Disney Channel. Because my sweet uncle, got me and my brother this little white TV from Walmart, and we plugged it into the cable box, and we watched TV a lot. So that's what me and my brother would do when we were in our room, because our room had like two twin beds in, right, and a closet. And they were on tires, and I hated that because every time you would move, the bed would slide, and you would be like so annoyed because your pillow would fall behind the bed. I hated it. But anyways, and then my parents were in my grandpa's old room, and then we shared the guest bathroom mostly. So I remember I was so depressed because we would leave every weekend. My mom would put me and my brother in the car. We would get in the car and we would just drive. We learned so much of Orlando. And it's funny because Jama was like, how do you know all these back streets? I'm like, boo, we moved here almost 18 years ago now. And I know all these streets because my mom and me and my brother used to just drive and drive and drive. We were never home on the weekends. We would just go places. We went to SeaWorld. We went to Disney. We went to Universal. We went to Legoland wasn't near yet. We went to all the beaches. We stayed at a lot of resorts. We basically just kept our clothes and furniture and stuff at my grandparents' house, and we're always gone. Like the first year until our house was built. Our house was built the next year. And then in between there, we were looking for houses too. But anyways, I don't even know why I went down that rabbit hole. But I don't know. Because of what happened to my brother and all this different stuff that's happening, your boy's just been going through it, guys. Like, I'm in therapy. My parents finally started therapy again. It's scary, guys. It's I don't know how to word it right because I don't want YouTube to take it down, but it's just like mental illness is no joke, guys. Like, it's no joke. Like, I'm watching all this Diddy stuff and I'm watching all these victims come forward and I'm watching all these people talk in the media and the people attacking Justin Bieber and all this different stuff. And then you're seeing pictures of him and he just became a new father. And I'm just thinking, like, the media loves to gossip. They don't know all the facts. I'm not saying that what Diddy did was, like, that's not true. I'm saying that part is true. I believe home security, one of those people, they do not come and get a warrant for your arrest unless they have something. Because he's such a powerful person, he could be sued. They could shut down the whole thing. Diddy could own all of that crap if he wanted to. So that's why I'm like, I know that has to be true. But what I'm saying is, there's people, you are welcome. There are people who, because I'm a victim of that, I can't even really use the word, not of Diddy, definitely not of Diddy, but of other situations. No one that was famous or nothing. But because I'm a victim, I'm a recovery victim of that type of trauma. If you know what I'm talking about, you know the case. Being victimized actually young childhood into my adult years and being victimized later in my adult years. You can't, like, people, okay, let me use an example. So people are mad at all these people who have just never came forward, right? Some of these cases go all the way back to 2004, right? When you're dealing with someone that is that powerful, okay, let me back up. So if you're a victim of that crime, right? And I'm in that whole, whatever you want to call it. I'm a victim of a lot of that stuff. When people want to say, well, why didn't you say something? Why did it? Shut the hell up. Because you don't even know how it feels. Unless you've been a victim yourself, you don't even know how it feels to sit there and deal with that day in and day out. And then, of course, when your own family doesn't believe you, and there's certain people in my family who did not believe me either, and it drive me crazy and it ruined our relationships because I'm like, first of all, they're getting mad at all these people that are coming against Diddy, all these different women, men, whatever. It takes a lot of guts, one, to admit to your family that happened. And imagine then having all these thousands and thousands of cameras and people who are Diddy fans and people who love him and people who think that this is all a wig chunk and come against you and call you a liar. We already saw this with the R. Kelly thing. We already saw it with that. To sit here and say that people are making this up because they want to get famous, people are no, shut the hell up. You don't know what you're talking about. A victim, and I hate to use the word victim. We're a survivor. Let me use that. A survivor. We would never make, how do I explain it? No one in their right mind, and people do it, don't get me wrong. People do lie about that to get out of a lot of situations. A lot of kids lie about it too, to ruin someone's life. But, being a victim myself, I don't see someone making up that lie. I really do not see someone making up that lie. I don't. I know people do it. But if you have actual facts where you can say date, time, year, what it was, what the person smelled like, where it happened, there's evidence. You cannot deny that. You can't deny that. Like you just can't. There's no way arguing around it. There's no way saying, oh, well, maybe it didn't happen. No. So when people, and I'm on social media all the time. You know, I do a platform. I have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X that used to be Twitter, whatever else you want. That's all I really have. But when you read some of the comments under all these different broadcasters or people that do pop culture news, and you see people, oh, they're lying, they're making it up, they just want his money. Dude, this dude has went up for a bond hearing every single time and has been denied because the judge and the state of wherever he's at in New York, they think that he's going to harass and bully the witnesses to not say nothing, and he has power. Okay, I believe that 100% he has power to keep their mouth shut. I believe that 100%. That's not a lie. I believe that. And I just could only imagine myself if I was a victim in that situation. Would I have the balls or I don't know. Like, I feel like I would say something because I would not want the next person to get hurt or to be whatever the word's called. And so when people are like, oh, Justin Bieber looks skinny. Oh, Justin Bieber was at all these parties. Oh, this happened. They were super close. All these videos of him when he was 15 or 16 keeps leaking. Dude, those videos, the proof is right there for you. Number one. Okay, y'all want me to... I've had people ask me this before, and I'm not making this up. Number one, he was what, 10 or 15? I don't even know how old 12. He was 12 when he got signed to Usher. Usher was 13 or 14 when he was sent to Diddy's camp or whatever it was, and things happened to Usher. He's already admitted to it. 2, Diddy was trying to get at Justin Bieber way back then too, but his people were like, no, something looked weird, whatever. But he still got 48 hours with a 15-year-old. That don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me at all. With no parent around? Listen, dude. Listen. I'm telling you right now. I am an uncle to 9 nieces and nephews. I have a 15-year-old son. Even if I had a 2-year-old son, there's no way, and he wanted to go in that industry, there's no way in hell. We saw the Nickelodeon documentary of what happened to Drake Bell and other people. These camps that these producers have. There's no way in hell you would get my child away from me. Number one. Number 2, my child would not even want to leave my side in a situation like that. Number 3, there's probably a reason why I'm not in Hollywood. Because if I would have grown up in Hollywood in the early 90s and early 2000s, and I did whatever it was, right? I have a big mouth. I would definitely have said something years ago. Or if I signed an ADA or NDA or whatever it's called, and by law I can't say nothing, then yeah, I probably would not say nothing because I wouldn't want to be sued for everything that I've made. But truthfully, you can't protect your child all the time because it still happened to me and I wasn't even in the industry. And I was being babysat when it happened. And, you know, it's like, and it went on and on and on and on until I was 15. So technically, in a way, they saved me and brought me to Florida. So that makes sense. But then, you know, it happens again when I'm 21. But I'm just like, being a victim myself, it's like, I know exactly what all these victims are going through. 100% I know what they're going through. So for the media to be like, oh, well, Justin Bieber needs to say something. Justin Bieber needs to speak up. One, he just became a father, like not even a month ago. Two, you know this kid has been through something because he shared it in a lot of his music of being a victim, being treated really poorly. And honestly, the other thing that I was thinking was, if he wanted to share something, he could have shared something years ago. He's done interviews where he's jabbed a little bit at this, he's said a little bit like that, he's done a little bit like that. But and me and my sister talk about this all the time. Anybody that was not raised with drugs or alcohol or whatever they're doing to numb the pain, and they start later, that kid was on so much crap when he was 19, right? Or before he was 19. He was numbing some pain. Something happened to him that we probably will never know about, right? But then two, he's about to be, he's 30. I don't even know how old he is. He's not that far behind me. But he's not ready to say it yet. He'll say it when he's ready. Believe me, look how long it took Britney Spears to finally write her book and all the truths come out. Who knows? It could take Justin until he's 45 before he says something. You got to give him time, dude. People will speak when they're ready to speak. Let's see what happens with the Diddy case. Let's see what happens with it. Let's see how deep it goes. I just know, one, I'm scared for his life just because I feel like Hollywood is so evil and I feel like they will try to shut him up quickly. So I feel like they really do need to watch him. And then the DEA to say that, oh, we have did it. Shut up. Y'all said the same thing about that other guy. And he was, and I think that they did that because his mouth was about to talk. So, and then his list came out and he had politicians on his list. So I feel like the same with Diddy. I feel like Diddy has a lot on a lot of people. I think that that's why it took so long, because you forget his homes were raided back in March of this year. And look how long it took for them to do that. They've been watching him for a while. So all I'm saying is when people come out with all these different things and they have lawyers, powerful lawyers, they're not going to make all this up just to put their face out there. If they were going to make it up, they would go on TikTok and say something and never be able to back it up. Or they'd go on Instagram and say something and never back it up. But you got to think, all your little famous people that you guys love to watch. Mr. Beast is falling down too. He's been accused of stuff too. I don't know the whole story. I never went deep about Mr. Beast, but I know he's been accused of stuff. So was David Dobrik, or whatever his name was. So was Shane Dawson. So was what's his name? Jeffree Star. A lot of people have been accused of stuff on YouTube and social media, and a lot of people have been kicked off the platform. Nick Avocado, I don't even know how the hell that dude lost all that weight, just being gone for 5 months, 6 months? There's no way. Unless he did Ozempic or he did some type of surgery. There's no way. Because he wasn't even that big, honestly. He only got up to 380 something? Dude, I was bigger than Nick Avocado. I lost the weight. He was getting big. Then I gained the weight back. He's now small. And he lived here in Orlando too. There's something he did. Now he looked anorexic and sick. And then he's like, oh, I was doing an experiment. Dude, shut the hell up. You knew exactly what was going to happen. Now watch all your numbers start to drop and you're going to do something. Look at Jake Paul. Now he's got a beer belly and trying to be all fat. It's like they know what sells. They know what gets the people talking. They know. Like media, I love doing YouTube. I love doing social media. But if I ever got to that point where I was that big that I was like, oh, what's the next scandal that I could do? Dude, I would stop. I would not care. I would literally stop. Look at these salespeople calling me. I'm going to leak your number, salespeople. There you go. The number is 407-910-07. Oh, wait. Am I even allowed to do that? Let me shut up because I think I can get in trouble for that. Let me stop. I didn't tell you all the in numbers. But it's a salesperson. But they be calling you every day. Oh, yeah, that's called doxing. I didn't give them all the number. But, yeah, if I ever got my channel to that point where I was, at status range where, I'm bringing in millions, thousands of views, blah, 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 whatever, I don't think I would quit YouTube, but I think I would dial back. I kind of dial back on YouTube, not posting every single day because I posted over 1,200 and something videos in 7 years. I think I would dial back a little bit. I think that I would switch my career. I think what I would do with my career is I think that I would, if I got to that point where I was super famous, like Liza, who are some other people that have taken their career and turned it into acting? There's some other super, Cameron Dallas, Nash Grill, all these different people that were my time frame when I first started YouTube. Sam and Kobe, they just dropped a movie in the theaters, guys. They've done good. Yes, they got arrested. Yes, Kobe had cancer. Yes, they do a lot of haunted stuff, but they've turned that into their career. They didn't go to college. Their parents didn't believe in them, but look how far they come. Okay, they make a lot. They just reached 13 million subscribers on YouTube. That is amazing. Like, that is amazing. They've been on TV shows. They have a close, like if I got to that point where I was that big, and they would be like, what's next for you? I would want to start acting. I would want to open a business. I would want to do more stuff to help you. I'd want to go overseas to help people. Like right now with what's happening in Florida, my ass would be on some plane, whatever plane it was, working with whoever to go help people. If it's water, food, diapers, formula, whatever I had to do, I would be helping people. I would not be sitting in my cushy little house. And I'm doing it now. We're about to go help my neighbor when my parents come back. We're about to go get sandbags. We're about to do stuff. Like, I would be giving back to the community. Like, I just know that wholeheartedly. Like, that's just my heart. Like, that's what I would be doing. I would not be just, oh, let me just sit here and keep making videos, making money off of poor people, and then just loving it, you know, and then scandal after scandal after scandal comes out about my name. No, I would not be doing that. I would be trying to help people. Even though the way Hollywood works, they would try to find something to try to pull me down, bring up something from my past. My past is already out there. I put all my past out on YouTube. There ain't nothing that I've lied about on YouTube. So for people who have come for me, he's lying, he's a liar, he did it. Where's the proof? What am I lying about? What have I lied about? Like, nothing. I don't need to lie. If people ask me a question, I'm going to tell you point blank period to your face. What did I lie about? There's nothing to lie about. So, anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get off because I'm at 21 minutes. It's going to be a long video. It's going to take all day to upload. But my parents have now uploaded 3 videos to their YouTube channel. I will give you guys all the name and stuff, but they haven't made it open yet. It's private right now. So I don't want people to be like, oh, he lied. So I'm going to get them on a video. Jamin and me are probably going to try to shoot a video Thursday night. I think we're going to do like probably a salad mukbang or a Subway. Comment below, guys. I'm going to turn the comments on this video. Comment below. What do you guys think about the whole Diddy and Justin Bieber thing? What do you guys think about my comment from my video yesterday that we were talking about, that I turned on, so you guys can comment now. And it's about to rain, guys. Guys, please keep your fingers crossed that I have my appointment on the 17th to see what's going on with my leg, an ultrasound. Then I go back the 23rd of October to see what it is and see what the doctor says. Please keep your fingers crossed that the doctor's like, I can remove this. Because if I can start 2025 without this thing on my leg, I promise you guys I'll be so happy. I will lose all the weight again and look so good, guys. And this time, not be embarrassed to wear shorts or go swimming. Like, oh my gosh, guys. I hate this thing on my leg. It's annoying. He thinks it's a cyst, but I don't think it's a cyst because it is connected to my leg. A cyst would be coming from my belly. So, I don't know. But just pray that he can figure it out, because this doctor like is working with me. And it's kind of funny because he has my son's last name. So I'm like, hey, is that my girlfriend like sending me the right doctor after all these years? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off because we're at 23 now. Go get you some Gatorade. Make sure to like and comment. Tell me what y'all think about my videos. Tell me what you want me to do differently. I still owe you that Simone story of letting you know what happens when the parents trust you so much and you abuse their trust, or whatever the word. Not like nothing bad that I did to, no. What happened between, anyways, I'll tell you guys that story. And I still want to get Simone on my channel because she does social media, but when she comes to Florida, she always just sees her dad. Like, we're not best friends like we were before, because I'll tell you the story of what happened. I'll try to shoot it for you guys Wednesday. My parents are going out Wednesday. They have to go teach their class. So Wednesday morning, I'll tell you guys that story. I think I've done one already, but I'll tell you guys it again. Because if we were still best friends, I would have never stayed in Florida. When she moved where she moved, she would have brought me with her because I would have been her best friend. That was the plan always. If she would have won American... Let me get off. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.